we are here. Hello, Internet. Hopefully you can see and hear us. Everybody looks good. Welcome to episode 7 of Cold Iron. It is so difficult not to say Lost on the Great Road, especially when the ad is in front of my face, and that's what I want to say. It's episode 7 of Cold Iron. We're here with our Winteroak group. You would have seen me last week. I guested on Progress, and now I'm here running the game like I usually do. We've got an extra face this week. We're welcoming our 5th player. It's Kristen. I'm going to put you on the spot like I've done to everyone else. You want to introduce yourself? Say a little blurb about you, Kristen?
Yeah. So, I'm Kristen. I live in Ottawa. I have 2 kids, and I've been role-playing for a gazillion years. So I'm really excited to play today.
Yay! Okay. We're so excited to have you. I'm really excited about your character, who's going to get introduced at the right time in the game today.
Yep.
When we left off last time, we had ended an encounter with Cedric Winfell, who actually turned out to be a hag. He made Jory disappear, gave our adventurers some cryptic as fuck information, if you could call it information. Then you all strong-armed poor Vasilia, the woman who owned the cottage, into coming with you back to Winteroak to look for Jory, because she was certain that that's where you would find Jory. We
didn't all strong-arm her. I strong-armed her.
We've lost... Oh, people are moved around now. Okay, that was weird. So, I'm gonna move these name keys live while we're on air. So you strong-armed her. Io strong-armed her into coming along with you, where she gave you guys more cryptic information. You encountered some thieving hobgoblins along the way. Tried to avoid them, but I wouldn't let you because I'm a jerk. And found a bag of holding. That was cool. Made your way back to Winteroak. Finally, we get to actually spend time in the town. And as you entered town, you found Jory there waiting for you. Basically being like, what took you guys so long? And that's where we're going to pick up. So you have entered Winteroak from the south. We're going to talk a little bit. The players have a map. The audience, unfortunately, doesn't have a map because I can't find a way to fit it on the screen right now, so you don't get a map. Here, I'll show you this map. Here's Winteroak. Ooh, these are really hard to do. So Winteroak has 4 sort of main, 2 roads making a T. You're coming in through the southern road up along the lake as you enter the town. There's Jory standing there. Jory, you see your friends coming in. And as you are watching them enter through the barrier, you don't see them and then you see them as they walk through this sort of invisibility barrier, so to speak, you notice that it flickers a little bit, which is strange. What would you like to say to your friends?
So my initial reaction, as you mentioned last time, was to say, took you long enough. But then to sort of keep my distance at first as I sort of give them a really good look over to make sure that the flickering wasn't some sort of trick and that they're actually here. And I would like, and I'm going to start strong by using detect magic and make sure that they're who I think they are.
Yeah, okay, so you go ahead and you cast detect magic. You're casting it using a spell slot, or are you going to do it as a... Can you do it as a ritual? As a druid, I guess you can't.
No, that one can't be, I don't think.
Okay. So you are... you cast detect magic, and everybody seems normal.
It could be a ritual, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. If you want to cast it as a ritual, I'm sure that you can. But So it casts, and nobody really lights up. You notice that Perny is now carrying a new bag that you didn't notice that she had before, and that kind of glows with a magical aura. And also Vasilia, who accompanies them, glows with a sort of magical aura. But everyone else looks totally normal.
Okay, so once I know that they are who they say they are, then I will go towards them and ask them, so what the hell happened?
Actually, Og is running to meet you. Jory, you're okay! And I sweep her up and give her a big hug.
Jory is incredibly uncomfortable with physical contact, but that's okay. So it's a super awkward, like her arms are stiffly down at her sides as he grabs her.
Well, he doesn't have much choice. She doesn't have much choice. He's basically just gonna hug her whether she likes it or not. I missed you, Jory. I was worried.
I feel like Jory would not even know how to react to that.
It's good to see you're in one piece.
You guys too.
So did you end up back here the whole time, or where did...
We lost someone again. I apologize, everyone. We're having a little technical difficulty. So I'm gonna give it like 3, 2, 1. It's not fixing itself. So we're just gonna go on a quick break while we solve our technical difficulty and be back. And we're back with everybody here. As you know, the internet is unpredictable and stupid. So that's gonna happen sometimes. But everyone's here. We were mid. Everyone coming back together. Og was making Jory uncomfortable. And go!
I'm glad to see the hag didn't get rid of you permanently, Jory.
I was more worried about you all, to be honest. I came back here. I've been fine.
There was some trouble, but nothing that we couldn't handle.
Jory, this is our friend Vasilia.
Vasilia sort of extends a hand towards Jory and says, "It's nice to meet you."
Jory will somewhat reluctantly accept the hand. Say, nice to meet you too, I hope.
I will remind everyone at this point in time that Vasilia appears human. In case everyone's forgotten.
Yes.
It's been many years since I have been in Winteroak, she says.
Vasilia, are you going to stay with us?
Well, I think if you would like me to stay, I might be able to stay, and I've come this far. I might take the opportunity to talk to your elders.
When you say many years since you were last here, how many years exactly? I've been here quite a while. I don't remember ever seeing you before.
Oh, it's probably been 400 or 500 years since I was here last.
Is there a restaurant nearby? I'm starving.
So for Og, Jory, and Io, you are aware, of course, that there are places to eat. The most popular being the Rusty Cog Inn, which is an inn that doesn't really put anyone up because no one comes to Winteroak, and also a tavern.
A tavern?
It's a tavern/inn. Mostly a tavern.
Okay.
Shouldn't we go talk to the elders first?
Sorry, it was my got muted.
I did already inform Vaxis of what we saw in the forest up until the point that I ended up back here. I assume you have something to add, you may want to go see him and tell him what happened after I left.
Jory, when you spoke to Vaxis upon your return, did you speak to Vaxis and Vaxis alone? Or were there other elders present?
I'm going to say Vaxis alone because he was the one who sent us out, not everyone collectively.
Yep.
I suddenly feel like that was a grave mistake.
Possibly. He'll haunt us, come back to haunt us about, 10 episodes down the line.
Well, he did mumble to himself under his breath at the time about, the others don't need to know about this, if you'll remember.
I did not remember that.
No.
I was not with you.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what would you like to do? You're standing in the southern road out of Winteroak, and Jory, with your passive perception being so high, you've noticed the flickering happening maybe another 2 times over the course of this conversation. And when the flickering happens, it's like a weird, magical, kind of like, I don't know. You know when there's an invisibility barrier in a movie and like it makes
And it's not quite working
effects?
so well.
It's
Yeah.
not quite working.
Yeah, like that.
And how much do I know about the barrier that protects Winteroak, though, in order to know this? I assume this is not a normal thing that I would have noticed over the course of the 20 years that I've been here.
Yeah, it is definitely a strange. It does it on occasion, power fluctuations and stuff, but this seems to be...
When the grid goes down.
When the grid goes down.
This seems to be happening a bit more, and it's more pronounced than you've noticed it before. How long have you been in Winteroak? You've been in Winteroak for quite a long time, right?
Yeah, about 20 years.
Right. Would you, making character decisions up on the fly, would you have studied at the academy as a druid?
That's a good question.
Nothing like putting you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Then, if you studied at the academy, you would be aware that at the top of the academy, people are assigned to magically maintain the barrier all the time. You're not 100% sure how it works. Everyone's just like, you just do the woo-woo thing, and it happens. So, that would be sort of what you know about the barrier. You might have done a couple of stints,
woo-woo.
Yep.
as part of your time at the academy, maintaining the barrier.
Right, okay. So for now, I'm not going to mention anything to anybody else. I'm just going to give the distance beyond my companions more than a lingering glance and keep sort of returning my attention to it here and there through conversation, but never say anything overtly.
Okay. Perny, this is your first time in Winteroak.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it? You're looking around and you're seeing that it's kind of strange. It's nature and houses and stuff blended together. Some trees appear to be like gnome homes. You got houses that are like built up with like weird additions sticking off. Everything's a little wonky. There's strange clockwork creatures kind of flitting around here and there or skittering along the ground. You would recognize them as gnomish clockworks, but you've never seen quite so many just out in public like this. How are you feeling?
I'm tired and hungry.
Tired and hungry. All right.
Yeah. So I could give a fuck. I just want to get something to eat and see if there's anything worth stealing. And then later on, I'll take in the sights.
Okay. So what's everybody doing?
I'm a pragmatist.
I think we should go see Vaxis. Vaxis said to report to him when we got back.
Let's get that done and over with, and then we can go eat.
Okay. So if you want, you can head to the Elder's house, which is where you're most likely to find Vaxis. The Elder's house is just to... So if you walk up the southern road, there's kind of it meets up with a circle, and in the middle of the circle is the academy, and then just to the right of that, if you're kind of looking at it on the map, is the Elder's house. So you can head there if you would like.
I'm just going to pull Frog aside for a second and say, is this Elder Vaxis guy, is he a magic user?
He's the leader.
Does he use magic?
I don't know.
Oh my god, why did I choose you?
I
Hey,
was gonna
Jory!
Og, you would know that all of the elders use magic.
Trying to be fucking
Hey.
subtle.
Hey, I'm aware of that. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
I'm just making sure.
Kearney, why do you want to know about magic users?
I just want to know. I just want to know what I'm dealing with, you know.
Well, isn't pretty much everybody a magic user?
Oh, you bitch. No, not everyone is a magic user. Some of us have to get by without using magic. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, pretty much everyone in Winteroak is a magic user.
Heather 1, Joe 0.
Oh, sorry, Joe, I couldn't resist.
All right, so what are you doing?
Going to the Elder house.
All
To
right,
the elder.
heading up to the Elder
was-
house.
Was Pernie's loud, is there anywhere to eat around here actually, like, in character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then as we're walking, I'm just going to casually, like, slide a loaf of a little bit of bread out of my bag and just hand it off to her behind me. Like, you know, convincing her to come with us and not just disappear from the back of the line to go and get food.
We
You
know.
know me too well already. Okay, I take the bread, I look her squarely in the eye, like, yeah, I know what this is about. Fine, I'm doing this for you. And then I think I
Hashtag
look to her.
Jory and Pernie.
Hashtag Jordan and Kearney.
Okay. So, we've hopefully stopped having Pernie from run off. You approach the Elder's house. You can just walk in. It's public. Inside of the house is kind of a large meeting room. And you see Vaxis speaking to another elven-looking person. Whereas Vaxis very much looks like they belong in the winter. This other person who Jory, Og, and Io recognize as Kylen looks more autumn-colored. More, you know, fall colors. There's lots of leaves and things like that. And they seem to be having a heated discussion.
Can we hear it at all?
Make a perception check.
Sure, because that's always a good thing. Oh, hey, look, I get a... Alright, let's see which one will betray me today. That is going to be a 16.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody didn't roll a 1, because I
What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarvish, and Gnomish.
Okay, so you can tell that they are definitely having a heated discussion. It seems like they're disagreeing. Your perception check tells you that. You can't understand what they're saying, though. You do hear the words Winteroak and Bellisk.
What about me? Can I hear them?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say everyone can sort of hear what's happening.
Okay.
What languages do you speak, Og?
I speak Elvish. I speak
You
Common, Elvish, Giant, and Sylvan.
you do know what they are saying. You identify that they are speaking in Sylvan.
Oh.
Does anyone else speak Sylvan? Jory, you might speak Sylvan? No? Okay.
I speak
Druidic and Elvish.
Alright, so just Og then. Og,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
roll an intelligence check
No.
to see if
That's
you
like
can
asking me to do wisdom.
comprehend what's happening
Thus
here.
begins the D&D game of telephone.
Goodness. 17?
Okay, so
Go.
you hear Kylan just continuing to insist that everything we always have to protect Winteroak. Winteroak is number one. And you hear Vaxis say, but Bellisk is coming, and I don't know if we can stop it.
Hmm.
And they're just kind of having this back and forth.
Okay. Jory, Io?
We all know Bellisk, right? Like, we can all hear that.
Yeah, you can all understand the words Winteroak, and, well, Jory, you will know Bellisk. Perny, you will know the word Bellisk.
I do. Awesome.
Yeah, because that's the city. It's the name of the city. Io and Og. Roll a history check for me, both of you, to see if you actually know what that word means.
Okay. Six.
You have no idea.
Okay.
What am I using to roll this?
20?
Oh, that's what I thought. 12?
It sounds familiar to you, but you can't quite place, where you've heard that word before.
So, but I can understand what they're saying, right?
Yeah. You just don't really know what the word Bellisk means.
Right. Jory, Io, did you hear that?
Only part of it. Og, what did they say about Bellisk?
What is Bellisk? Bellisk is, he said Bellisk is coming, and I don't know if we can stop it. What's Bellisk?
That a
I don't
person?
like it.
So,
It's a
Jory, knowing nothing else about what's being said or what they're actually talking about, is just gonna tense, like tension in her shoulder, her whole body. And she takes a step back.
It's a place.
What do they mean Bellisk is coming?
Well, if I had to hazard a guess, I would say either a bunch of people or maybe. Do I know the direction that the train tracks were being laid? Can I figure that out?
Yeah, so when you were down there, based on the direction that the train was running, it appeared to be running sort of east to west, over eastwards, kind of alongside the base of the mountain in that direction.
Would I put two and two together there, do you think?
That's the direction they were going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess you can understand that the train didn't look like it was pointing directly towards Winteroak. It was definitely pointed elsewhere.
Alright, so Bellisk is a place, and either a bunch of people are coming here or it's expanding. How do I put this so that you guys understand it? Get in trouble. You in trouble, she says to the blank faces looking back at her.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
Well, I don't know. Do you want 7,000 humans in Winteroak?
Humans!
So as this is happening, you are all kind of very engaged in this conversation, so you're taken by surprise when a tiny creature, possibly smaller than Perny even, comes sort of racing into the room, agitated, excited. They are...
Does it say, hey Herc, hey Herc?
They are wearing furs and carrying a bow on their back that is like comically too large for them. And they look very wild. And we're gonna toss it over at this point to Kristen, making her grand entrance. So you enter into this room, you see this group of people, some of whom you know, having been around. You've seen Io and Og and Jory before. You see these two people you've never seen before, Perny and this human-looking woman. And you see the same that everyone else has, the two elders sort of having a conversation that looks heated.
Okay, so I come in running, and you guys notice a cloaked 3.5 foot tall goblin. And she comes in, and she looks very harried, and she comes in, and she stops in her tracks and stares at the human and draws her bow.
What are you doing here?
Og's gonna step forward and say, no, wait. She's our friend. It's okay. She's not really a human.
I don't believe you for a second. She's human.
If the bow is drawn, I reflexively sort of draw my axe in defense.
Oh, I put my hands over my face like this. For God's sakes, people!
So Vasilia just puts her hands up calmly and says, I am a friend of the forest, and I am here to speak to the elders.
How did a human get past the barrier?
We brought her in.
She's not a human.
Prove it.
I checked. There is some magic at play.
That doesn't reassure me at all.
And so, Vasilia crouches down to get sort of more of the thing, looks you in the eye, and very calmly just says, you have nothing to be afraid of. And again, like she did in the cottage, makes these kind of wings appear. They're not really there, but you can see them.
What kind of wings?
They kind of look like butterfly wings.
I stand back and take my bow down and just look around and like,
Why would you pretend to be a human?
Where I live, it's a little easier.
not here. Could you choose a different form?
She considered this for a second. Looks at you. Does a little thing with her hands. You know, you recognize she's doing a little spell. And suddenly you are looking at yourself. And
That's
she
what I
looks
look like.
exactly like you.
Turn around. I want to see.
She turns around.
This is wild. I just take a couple steps back and I turn to the elders and be like, what's happening?
The elders finally sort of breaking from their conversation to look at this commotion that has entered their house. Kylan looks a little bit confused, but Vaxis actually bursts out laughing and sort of greets Vasilia and says, "You really shouldn't play with them like that." And she sort of turns back into her preferred human form. And I can't help it. They're so easily stirred up. And he welcomes her and he says, "It's been a long time since I've seen you, friend." It's really boring to roleplay to NPCs. together. So if anybody wants to jump in at any point in time here, you can.
I'm going to hide.
Where are you hiding? There's some furniture around, desks and chairs and couches.
Yeah, I'll kind of edge behind, someone large like Io.
Okay.
Hide and sneak around slowly as whatever conversation is taking place takes place, so that I can get within pocket picking range of the elders.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll a stealth check for me then.
What? 26.
Yeah, okay. They don't really notice you, or they don't appear to notice you anyways.
Yeah, I think so.
So you can get fairly up close.
Okay. So, do I know who Vaxis is? Like,
Nope.
can I identify?
Oh, well, no, you don't. No one has told you anything about them. So you just see, two people who look kind of elvish, and, one of them is very wintry looking, and one of them is very fall looking.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wait until they either they self-identify or they are identified, and then I'm going to try to pickpocket Vaxis, the one that's identified as a Vaxis.
Okay. All right. Sure. So, at this point in time,
I was going to say to Vaxis, Vaxis, we've returned from our journey that you sent us on.
Vaxis makes kind of a side eye at Kylan and says, okay, I think it's best that we talk on our own. And so Joe, or Perny, you now realize that, Vaxis is the wintry looking,
Okay. Dude.
person, standing there.
So do I roll for pickpocket?
Yeah, so roll a sleight of hand check.
Well, sorry, sleight of hand. Alt tab. Fuck me. 7.
Right. So there's a lot of
It hit my
stuff
teeth.
happening on Vaxis. I mean, there's robes and there's leaves and like icicles, and you just kind of stick your hand in and like move it around about where you think a pocket would be. And when you pull your hand out, you have some bare twigs, and that's it. And Vaxis is just looking down at you.
Okay, well, I look up at him and just like reach out and brush off more stuff and just be like, it looked dirty. And then slide back to behind somebody big, like Io.
So Vaxis looks at Io and says, who's your friend, Io?
Do you need the sign?
Yes. This is Perny.
Well,
Watch your pockets.
He has a thing for elves.
Guys, I'm right here.
welcome, Perny, to Winteroak. Anyone who feels the call of the forest is welcome here.
Uh-huh. What exactly does that mean, the call of the forest?
And what do you mean by everyone?
Okay, well, we have our rules, certainly, that I uphold. But
Oh, I don't like it already.
anyone who feels as though the forest has something of value to offer, that it's valuable for its own uniqueness, is welcome to be here, to live here, to enjoy the forest, to protect it if they feel like they should.
That is
Well,
the
there's a whole
fucking
load of
thing.
humans coming this way, and they are going to tear this forest down.
At this point in time, Kylan, the other elvish-looking person, turns and they look very concerned, and they... What? Fleas? What do you mean there's humans coming?
Humans? Humans are coming?
There's a train coming, and they're full of humans. And I bring out the hand. I bring out the hand that I
Back up.
mummified.
Your name is
Humans
Fleas?
are coming.
Right, okay, so...
like actual fleas?
Fleas, bogs, bottom.
Fleas. I'm taking a step away.
Alright, so you take a step away from Fleas, who is now holding a mummified human hand up
Awesome.
and yelling about the humans that are coming. And Kylan is where did you get that hand, Fleas?
From a train worker. The train of corruption is coming our way.
The what?
Are you trying to say that you killed a human?
Does that look like a recent kill?
Well, I had to cure it.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
Okay.
Please, we saw that train. It wasn't headed here.
It can easily head here,
It's
guys.
coming into our forest. It could turn at any moment.
I'm totally like doing another hide on the other side and going for the other dude.
You're gonna go and try and do Kylan?
Yep.
Okay, well then, go ahead and make your sneak
20.
roll. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then make a sleight of hand.
So the first time I rolled a 2, and this time I rolled a 1.
So, you don't even get that close this time. Kylan is, like, prepared for you and actually, like, reaches out, grabs your hand, and picks you up by the hand. And is like, someone, please, take control of this thing.
Can't.
And then drops you.
You say can't or shan't?
Can't.
All right, so I'm gonna like dust myself off and be like, all right, let's get one thing straight. I'm not being controlled by anyone. I'm here of my own free will. I helped out your bitchin' people, so a little respect, please.
Perny,
What?
you need to be nice to the elders.
The elders need to be nice to me.
You're not being very nice, Perny.
They're not being very nice.
You shouldn't steal from them.
I wasn't stealing. Did I steal anything? No, I did not steal anything. Therefore, I was not stealing.
You
tried.
attempted.
Well, we'll never know because I didn't steal anything.
Don't make me pick you up.
So,
What is it you're trying to get, Perny?
What do you mean? What am I trying to get? I'm not trying to get. I'm standing here.
What do you try and take from their pockets?
Nothing.
okay, so, sort of annoyed with this, Kylan turns back towards the mummified hand and flees. And because the information, of course, that had been given to Vaxis before was that when you arrived at the train, you didn't see anyone. The only human that everybody knew about was Jonas. And when you arrived at the train, you did not see any other humans. So, this is concerning news. These humans, and Fleas appears to have a piece of a human.
I have the proof right here. It's a train full of humans. It stopped. I was able to stalk one, and I killed him. And I brought it back to show you.
Do you think that's Jonas's hand?
Question.
You don't know, and yes, go ahead.
You want to look at it?
Yes, I kind of do. And can I smell? Can I smell if it's human or smell how long it's been dead for?
Okay, yeah, go ahead and, smell that hand.
Okay.
As a cat, I will give you advantage on this perception check.
Okay.
Because I feel like you can probably smell it real well.
Wow.
Okay, that's advantage. That is going to be a 15.
Yeah, okay, so you're fairly certain it's human. It's hard to pin down an exact date because it smells like it's been preserved. It smells unnatural in some way.
Mhm.
But,
I told you I worked on it.
But even by looking at it, you can tell it doesn't look like it had decayed for a long time before it was preserved. It looked like it was preserved while it was probably relatively fresh.
Okay.
And the bit around the hand is like cleanly chopped, like precisionally chopped off.
Do I see any weapons on Fleas that looks like it may have done this?
I did this.
Please.
So you can stop looking like that. I did it.
Do I see any weapons that may have made a cut like this?
I'm packed full of weapons.
Yeah, please, I would have, I'm sure, daggers and things, knives, that make sense. You also should all be somewhat well acquainted with fleas. They're not new. So it wouldn't surprise you, shall we say, to know that fleas had murdered a human being.
Fleas has been talking about doing this for a really long time. And she finally got to do it.
Look at that smile.
All right. How about I will very carefully give Fleas back the hand. Let's maybe try not to do this anymore.
Okay, why is it okay when you rig out your big honking sword, but then if somebody else does it, you're all, are you jealous?
I'm protecting.
I'm also protecting.
You're too little to protect.
Oh, you know it's not true.
You
We bunted
did
it
it.
together.
Og, how are you feeling about the mummified human hand?
I am trying. I'm very conflicted. I'm very conflicted.
There's a little voice in your head. It's a
Oh,
voice you've
no.
heard before. And the voice says, you know Fleas is right. Jory, how are you feeling?
Also conflicted because it is a human, presumably from Belisk. So still feeling very tense. Still highly interested in this conversation, but more interested in how lost the names. Kylan and
Vaxis,
thank you. Yep. Are taking all of this in. So I am trying to maintain my composure about the hand situation, and instead looking over to Kylan and Vaxis to see what they're doing.
Right, okay, so, I mean, they're kind of in the middle of this. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Actually, your passive perception is really high, right? It's 17? I think?
15.
15, okay. You go ahead and roll it for me. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so 10.
You get the sense that, Vaxis is concerned and Kylan is angry, but you can't really figure out why. Vaxis is, trying really hard to kind of, like, shoo you guys away from Kylan. They say...
Ow.
Pardon?
How?
Just kind of, like,
Angling us?
yeah, putting themselves between you and kind of, like, that slow movement where they're kind of, like, walking in the hopes that you will all start walking in a particular direction. And saying to you, oh, I really appreciate that you've done this for me, and, you know, you've brought back my good friend, Vasilia, and I really feel, maybe you should all just, go get, some food and some rest. You've had a long trip, and, we can talk about this again tomorrow.
Sounds good. go.
Wait,
But
Can-
Vaxis, we didn't tell you anything yet.
You've told me lots. It's great. We'll talk more.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this, so I know Vaxis. Is
Yep.
this sort of typical behavior for him?
Yes and no. Vaxis, you would know as being a little bit more of an outsider from the other elders.
Yeah.
There's 4. He's a little bit more of an outsider. Always a little bit strange. The youngest. Vaxis is the youngest elder. But this seems agitated in a way that doesn't seem quite normal.
I'm gonna look over to and try to catch Jory's eye, as if to say, what is up with him?
So I'll meet I meet Io's gaze and just give her just the slightest shrug of my shoulders, like, don't know. But make it clear that it does seem odd to me as well, having been here for long enough to know that this is unusual.
Damn, your people's expressive with your eyes.
Well, no. Io and I have known each other for a while.
All right, let's go and get some food then.
All right, everybody wants to go get some food. We know Perny wants food. Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
So everybody heads out. You're gonna head.
Are we taking Fleas with us?
Do we have a choice?
Yes.
Fleas, are you going for food?
Yep. I gotta talk about my trophy.
Excellent.
Okay, so the reason I was going to say Og has been sort of sidling to the best of his oh so graceful ability towards Fleas to sort of check out that hand without actually checking it out.
You want to look at it? It's pretty cool.
No, that's okay.
I'm going to drop to the back as we all troop out and take one last run at Vaxis.
Okay, you're taking a literal run.
No, I'm taking a literal dodge, sneak into the forest, dash.
Okay,
No,
so
yeah.
go ahead and roll a stealth check, but roll it with disadvantage because you've already tried to pull this twice.
Never mind.
So you turn around to like do a sneaky sneak, and you're really like playing it up like the sneaky walking, but not actually sneaking at all. You're not in the shadows. You're just doing it like right through the middle of the room. And Vaxis looks at you and just shakes their head.
Yep. And I'm like, just checking. And then I book.
All right. So you head out of the elder's house, and you go down the road that goes to the east, I guess. I can read a map, right? Yeah, that's to the east, along the sort of top part of the lake. You cross a little bridge, there's a river, and you get to the slightly seedier area of Winteroak. As much as a small town can have a seedy area.
This is my peeps.
There's some warehouses, and you come across one of the first buildings you come across. It's fairly sizable, makes a little like L shape, comes like this, and the part comes off like this. And that is where you find the Rusty Cog Inn.
I would like to keep a firm paw on Perny.
Okay. All right. So you're keeping a paw on Perny.
You're telling us, you guys are going to love this, you're telling us that we're on the wrong side of the tracks, so to speak?
Yes, I suppose so. The river tracks. Yep.
I'm so funny.
That's what we're thinking.
Ironically, directly across the sort of road pathway from the seedy area of town is the actual Winteroak. As opposed to the town Winteroak, it's the actual giant tree
Winteroak.
is
The
the
Winteroak. Right.
It seems strange. Don't ask me, the person who designed the map, why I did that, but the highly religious tree super close to the seedy area of town.
Wait, the tree practices religion?
People worship the tree.
Okay.
So
Nicely done.
God, that was just rude.
as you see
Come
across...
on, grammar on the weekend.
As you see across the road, you see people worshiping at the tree, you see little gifts that have been left, but you hear the fun music coming from the Rusty Cog Inn, and the smell of cooking meats and vegetables, and you head into the door, where you're greeted by just really warm light. Even though it's sort of middle of the day, they've got, Perny?
I'm going to pause outside the door and look at tree.
Mm-hmm.
Or like this.
Okay, so you're looking at the tree like that.
Yep.
Side-eyed and contemplative.
And then I'm gonna go inside.
All right. D&D, everybody. Perny looks at a tree. So you head inside.
Just a tree.
The light is warm. There's a fair number of people. It's kind of it would be just after lunch at this point in time, so some people who are leaving from having lunch. There's someone playing music at old-timey Western-like piano. I'm sure there's a better name for that than old-timey Western-like piano, but that's how I'm going to describe it. It's got a good saloon-type feel. And as you walk in, a tiny, elderly gnome man lights up. Those of you who are used to, who are from Winteroak recognize this person as Warren Bindleback. He is the proprietor of the tavern, and he comes rushing over, and he doesn't even acknowledge Jory or Og or Io or Fleas, but instead focuses right on Perny and Vasilia, and is like, "Oh, do you need a place to stay? We never get any visitors. I'm so excited. Do you need a place to stay? I can put you up. We have rooms, lots of rooms. No one stays here, so there's lots and lots of rooms."
I'm gonna give him just a little look over the top of Perny and just go.
He doesn't even care. He is so excited to have visitors. We never get any visitors, and as he's talking, he's actually already gone over to a closet across the room, which opens to reveal a linen closet, and he's pulling down blankets and pillows, and, "Oh, come on. I'll show you to a room. And he disappears up the stairs.
He's a little excitable.
It's really just easier if you go with him.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of sticks his head back around the corner to look down the stairs. "Are you coming?"
I pointed Vasilius.
Yeah, Vasilia? Okay. Vasilia is actually already sort of heading up towards the stairs.
Okay. I'm getting the sense that fine, I will follow them.
So
Does it look like she has any pockets?
Does who look like they have any pockets?
Vasilia.
Yeah, she looks like she has pockets.
Okay. Sure, I'll go.
Okay, so
Does Warren look like he has pockets?
Yeah, he's wearing little trousers that have pockets in them.
Io, you might want to give Perny just a little bit of a shove with your little paw there, because you do have a firm paw on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to direct her towards the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to. I'm just going to gently guide her.
All right, so Perny, you
No
follow.
claws?
No claws yet.
You follow Vasilia and Warren upstairs, and he shows you into some very immaculately kept rooms. And he's going on about how, he washes them every day just in case someone comes. You have to have the best rooms for the people who come.
No one ever comes here?
Well, not that many people come to Winteroak, but when they do, I want to make sure they have the best experience here at the Rusty
So
Cog
no one
Inn.
is here now.
Well, everyone who's here lives here. They have their own homes. They don't really need a room. And if they
So there's
need...
no travelers, no guests, no merchants?
Sometimes some goblin merchants come in, but they just kind of go to the market and then leave again with their cart.
So they're not here now?
And no.
I don't think I'm gonna stay.
Are you sure? Is the room not good enough? I can show you a different room.
No, the rooms
Do you want
I'm
a
sure
different
the
blanket?
rooms look wonderful, but I'm with some people and I'm pretty sure they're gonna put me up.
Well, it doesn't cost money if that's what you're worried about.
What?
Oh, no, nothing here costs money.
Dory's
Then
just gonna quietly laugh under her breath, having
How
waited
do you
for
make
this
money?
moment to come.
Exactly. We're all sitting here going, yep.
You guys can't hear me because I'm upstairs. You're down.
Oh, I assumed we
That's
went
true.
with you.
Well, I mean, you could if you wanted to go, follow them up.
Fine, I will reserve my laughter for later.
You don't make money?
No. There's
Well,
never been money here
What the hell do you do this for?
to provide for people. We do what we do best, and we give people what they need, and everyone contributes what they can contribute, and then we're all real happy here in Winteroak. That's why there
I
can't
need
be
money.
humans.
I need money. I need entertainment.
Well,
I
there's
need-
entertainment. What
Like
kind of
what?
entertainment are you looking for?
Rich people? They're very entertaining.
I feel like most people go to the Naughty Gnome for their entertainment, or to the amphitheater.
The naughty gnome?
Yeah, if you just go out the back door and across the way, you'll find the Naughty Gnome.
I'm totally fucking confused at this point. I'm like, don't think I'm gonna stay here. I don't even know what I'm doing. But you know what? You look like a really cool dude, and if I need a place to stay, I will be back here.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. I'm so glad to hear it.
Great. So I go up to him and I'm like, great, that's awesome. And I'm gonna try to pickpocket him.
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
19.
Yeah. So you managed to get a hand in there, in a pocket, and
Okay, thank you.
and it's not the Naughty Gnome. Your hand definitely goes in a pocket.
Okay.
You pull out 3 acorns, a length of string, and a letter.
A letter? This fucking place. Okay, well, I'll stuff them in my new little bag.
All right.
Who knows? I hear stories about magic acorns. I've heard them. I've heard the stories. You never know.
So Warren, so excited about it, actually tries to give you a little bit of a hug while you are pulling stuff out of his pocket, and then sort of breaks away to get Vasilia settled into her room, and he sort of leads her into a room, and you can hear him continuing his excited talk.
I'm just gonna pat myself down there and make sure that nothing has been removed from my...
He is not you. Nothing has been removed. He's just a really nice guy.
Hashtag rogue hate. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Okay, so do you head back downstairs?
Actually, I would like to cast Identify on my bag.
Okay. Yes.
Is-
Before you go downstairs?
Yes.
So no one sees you doing magic?
Shut up.
So yeah, you cast Identify, and you know that it is a bag of holding.
Okay.
I threw one in your D&D Beyond stuff already for you there.
The
In your
where is that?
in your items stuff, I put one in there. But let me tell you about it. Here we go. I have a card. I have a deck of
Woo!
many
A
cards.
deck of many card. Ooh! Yay, deck of many.
So, it has an interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions. It's about 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. It can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. This is all very technical. It weighs 15 pounds regardless of its contents, and taking something out of the bag costs an action. If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed, and all of its contents are scattered into the astral plane. If it's turned inside out, all of its contents will just spill out, and it has to be, like, righted before you can put them back in. And you'll probably suffocate if you go in there.
Is the is the glove in it?
Your sequined glove?
Yeah.
Did you put it in there?
Why do I have a Michael Jackson glove?
Because everybody got a random item, and for you I rolled a white sequined glove sized for a human hand.
I have a Michael Jackson glove, guys. Okay, well, I'm gonna put the glove into the bag, yes.
Oh man,
Okay.
I just got a mental
So you
image of
put the
Bernie
glove
trying
in the
to
bag.
do
Easily done. What would you like to do now?
Wasn't there a jewel or something in it?
Yeah, there was a handful of jewelry.
But none of them seemed magical and...
No, it all seems like normal jewelry, pearls, and things like that. Not super high class. In total, you have probably about 25 gold's worth of necklaces and rings and things.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't find it in my inventory.
In your bag?
Yeah, the bag of holding.
Pew, 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 pew. Using D&D Beyond, learning how to use it. So if you go to your equipment tab,
Yep.
then right there at the top it should say bag of holding. It says inventory,
Mm-hmm.
bag of holding.
Nope.
I'm looking at your thing and I see it.
I'm looking at my thing and I don't see it.
Well, that's weird.
Refresh your screen.
Yeah.
Screen.
My squeeze? I'm refreshing my squeeze.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. There it is. I refreshed my squeeze and there it is. Bag of holding.
Yeah. There you go. Bag of holding.
Okay, so I found it. Hey guys, I found it. I'm putting my Michael Jackson glove in it.
We're all downstairs, as you already pointed out. We can't hear you.
I was saying, hey guys, IRL. Oh, you're such sticklers. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm going to see if I can, like, you know, hide my pack somewhere a little bit, so that it's either close to me or not seen at all. Which I guess would be hard with 15 pounds of bag.
I mean, it's like carrying a normal bag.
Okay,
You know, like carrying a
hide it.
backpack or something.
But I'm like, it's always, I know, I feel it. Always.
Alright.
Always. It's my precious.
Got it.
Is it a
Precious.
backpack or a messenger bag style?
It's which would you prefer?
Messenger bag.
Alright, it's a messenger bag style.
Okay, go back downstairs.
Okay.
That guy is weird. So, who am I staying with?
And everybody clamors to have Perny as a house guest.
Well,
Hang on a sec. Well, Perny and then we're up there. Could I have a conversation with Dory?
Yeah, of course.
Can I pee while they're having this conversation?
Yes, you can be while they're having this conversation.
Jory, was Vaxis acting strange?
DM was Vaxis acting straight. Oh,
Yes.
are you?
Yeah. It's a little bit strange. Like I
Like
said,
when I spoke to him privately before they arrived back in Winteroak, would I have noticed the same sort of behavior,
No,
sort of unusual?
you spoke to him alone, and he was much more calm, concerned about what you were saying, but not anywhere near as agitated or shifty as he was today.
Okay. So to Io then. Today Vaxis seemed odd. I spoke to him when I arrived back in Winteroak, and he was his usual self. But today, he seemed like there was something that he didn't want Kylan to know.
I think he's hiding something.
From us or the
Can you
others?
roll a past insight check? Is that something that you can do?
Roll an insight check?
Yeah, even though you're not there anymore in the conversation.
No. You would have to be like witness to the conversation for it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think he's hiding something from us or from the other elders, or both?
Both, maybe?
I think he knows more about this train than he's telling us.
Mm-hmm. I think something's wrong. I don't know what, but I don't think it's. I think something big is going to happen. Something's not quite right. Something's going to happen, and I don't like that they're keeping things from us.
What do you think we should do? Should we talk to Vaxis? Or should we go to the others?
I mean, the others, you know, I don't know if they'll talk to us. Vaxis has been our main point of contact with everything. This may sound crazy. Okay, this may sound a lot crazy. What if we send Perny in on a mission to Vaxis's quarters and sneak around and see what she can find out?
May sound crazy.
I think if we give her the right motivation,
Mm-hmm.
that she could be useful.
I think so too.
My character can also sneak really well.
I was gonna
I
say.
also just murdered a human.
Yes.
I don't know.
We also have worked together before.
Yeah, I'm pro
Yeah,
seeing
it's true.
Perny Fleas team up because that's gonna be hilarious. Anyways, there's your
I
DM.
don't think
Question.
so. So I will actually point out. Thank you, Kirsten, for reminding us though that we've been around you. We
Yes.
know you. That
Yes,
we
sorry.
can more or less trust you.
I'm not new, even though I'm just starting this today.
Yes.
I think that we should send Perny. I don't think we should send Perny in alone.
No.
I think
Too
we should
dangerous.
send her in with Fleas. Together, they might actually come up with something, and maybe not kill anyone.
That's, I think, a good plan. Perny needs direction. She needs purpose.
Question.
I have something that I think may motivate her.
Yes, Og, you have a
Can
question.
Fleas and I hear this conversation?
Are you trying to keep it quiet, Jorian?
Nah. Not really.
Okay.
Not from
then,
them.
yeah, you can totally hear it then, if they're not trying to.
Are we
hide
just
it.
at the same table then?
Yeah. You guys you sat down, probably ordered drinks, although Warren is busy upstairs and has completely forgotten your drinks.
Well, that's okay.
We just help ourselves.
Yep.
Okay, well, while they have their conversation, Og's going to get up and go over and strike up a conversation with the musician.
Okay. Yeah. It is a pick a race. It's a Kenku. It's a Kenku woman playing the.
Aren't those mimics? Don't they have to like mimic everything?
Yep, they do.
Okay.
So they're just playing away.
All right, it's gonna take me a minute to work this out. You guys go on.
Okay. So as you are,
I'm back.
yeah, as you are approaching the musician, Perny comes down, followed by Warren and Vasilia. Jory, you notice. Actually, everybody, give me a perception check. Everybody rolls perception.
Ah, I got a 20.
10.
Nice.
21.
All right, so that was
16.
and that was a 20 for fleas.
Yep.
Okay.
Natural.
Okay, perfect. So Jory and Fleas, you both notice that some of the other people who are in the tavern are I feel like I said this word a lot, agitated by the presence of Vasilia. There's a lot of hushed whispering and sort of nasty looks in her direction. No one does anything, but there's a general unease about her presence. Perny, you come downstairs. Warren comes downstairs, brings drinks for everybody now that he's down here. And is very chatty as he's delivering the drinks to your table. You know, starts telling you all about, and I mean, I'm sure you saw the problem with the barrier. I mean, things have just been crazy here lately.
Wait, so who did he say that to?
The whole table.
Problems with the barrier.
Oh,
What
yeah.
problems?
Yeah. You know, some of the people, they've gone on strike, and so, like, it's a whole thing, and the barrier's not being properly done all the time, and, you know, so these work stoppages are a big thing.
When did those start?
Oh, maybe, 2 days ago?
I'll look to Io and say, I did notice when you arrived that there is something wrong with the barrier.
That's not good.
Has there been anything else let in?
No one's really been around. I haven't seen anyone come here for months, really. I mean, you know, the kobolds come through all the time, but that's normal.
Has there been any news about the light?
At this,
The
Warren,
light?
Warren leans down to you and whispers to you quietly. You know, it's best not to talk about the light.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Yeah, go ahead.
See if he's giving a subtle clue of, hey, you know, something's wrong with it, you should go check on it kind of thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
That is going to be a 13.
Okay, no, you get the sense that he's, like, actually trying to look out for you.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't seem like he's dropping hints.
Okay. Sorry,
There's
Warren,
something secretive going on, you can't quite figure out.
Apologies. It's been a while since I've been in town.
What the hell's the light?
Perny, we may have a job for you.
What is it? Does it involve this light? Because I'm not going anywhere until I know what the light is.
I'll tell you later.
Okay,
I'll show you later.
you'll show me later? I'm somewhat intrigued. I don't trust you people.
At this point, I'll look at Perny and try to get her attention and jingle the small bag of coins that I have on me.
Yes?
We'll tell you later.
Tell me what later? You guys are getting kind of suspicious here.
About the thing we protect.
And the job we have for you.
You're gonna tell me later about the job and the thing? I'm really more of a payment up front kind of gal.
I'll glance over to Jory. Half and half? Half now, half later?
Yes, seems fair.
Well, what are you gonna do? Show me half the light? You're gonna put a curtain in front of it? I'll tell you what. You give me all the money now and show me the light after, and I'll do it. I feel like we lost Io.
Nope, still here.
Oh, okay.
A
Thinking
lot of cryptic.
half money now, half money, and showing you later. It's outside of town.
The money?
No.
The money's in my house.
I thought it was in that bag. There's more? I
I
snatched
have
the bag
more.
from her hand. Totally snatching the bag from her hand. Fine, I'll do it.
You can try.
To snatch the
I
bag.
think
Cat-like
Yeah.
reflex.
Can you reach it?
No,
don't
I
think so.
am the one with cat-like reflexes.
If you want to try to take the bag from Jory and she doesn't want to give it to you, you will have to roll for it.
I'm rolling for it.
Okay, so both of you do a straight dexterity roll.
Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass. Is that a 20?
Yep, you roll your 20 and then add your straight dexterity modifier.
18.
21.
So your size just doesn't
Whatever.
help you here. You're real fast, but Jory just ever so more quickly just pulls it straight up so you can't grab it.
Oh, it's just teasing me. I can't do it if I don't get half first.
I will toss the bag to Io and then remind Perny we said we'd tell you later.
Patience.
I'm gonna ignore everyone at the table and drink my ale.
All right, you sit there pouting and drink your ale.
I'm not pouting. I'm drinking my ale.
Right, you drink your ale.
Not pouting.
Not pouting.
Og, you have approached the musician.
Oh, yeah. I
Humanoid
was,
crow-like looking person.
Crow-like.
Yeah, they're a bird.
Oh, I wish you. I know that you said it was a kenku. I wish you'd told me it was crow-like before. I really have a problem with crows now for some strange reason or another.
Okay, fine. You know what? I'll change it. This one is a pigeon-like looking kenku.
Okay, thank you.
So much better.
Well, it is. I didn't get attacked by pigeons. I got attacked by crows.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So you approach the musician, and what do you want to say to them?
Would I know this person, or like would this be?
Yeah, you would, and of course I don't have a list of names. You know them. I will get you a name in 2 seconds.
Hey, Ricky.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sure, yeah, okay. Hey, Og. But it's like disjointed the way that they say it. They're like, hey, Og. Like they have heard those two words said by different people and
Wait.
smushed them together.
Got it. Hey, Ricky. Has anything new come into the marketplace? You know, like maybe a drum.
Ricky makes the sound of a like creaky wheels on a cart, and then mimics some goblin type language.
Oh, so the goblins have been here, so maybe. I really want to get myself a drum. Okay, thanks, Ricky. No, Og shuffles back to the
No
table.
problem, Ricky says.
I'm going to go back to the table.
Okay. So, what are you all doing?
Drinking.
You're drinking. Yeah, I assume you're eating also, because you were hungry.
Yep.
Yeah, food comes over for you.
I'm keeping a close eye on Fernie to make sure she doesn't dash.
I'd like to make an insight roll on the crowd. Why are they agitated?
Yeah, okay, go ahead and roll insight.
Oh, come on. 8.
You just assume it's because they hate humans.
I'm right with you. Humans suck, right? She's not a human. This one's got wings.
A couple people look at you and raise their eyebrows and just kind of like shake their head.
The dreaded eyebrow raise.
Do you want to show them, Vasilia? Show them your wings. You're not human, right?
I'd really rather not. It's not really a party trick.
I know you haven't been here in 500 years, but this town does not like humans.
It's all right. I'll take my chances. I'm sure the elders will protect me.
At which point, Og, being the oh so bright creature that he is, finally clues in and says, "You've been here before?"
Yes. Many years ago.
But humans aren't allowed here.
Long ago, these rules didn't apply.
Right.
It was
right. And you're not really a human. You just look like a human. I'm very confused.
I'm full.
Okay, so since you've come into town, Warren has told you about the work stoppage for the barrier. You've concocted a potential plan, I think, for Fleas and Perny. It's like late afternoon now. You've passed quite a bit of time in the tavern. What would you like to do?
Still waiting for a bed.
Is the idea to spy on Vaxis? What do you want from this? What's the goal?
Find any information that might be pertaining to Bellis coming to invade, anything about the barrier, like just other little things like that.
Is this the later? Do I get clued in now, or?
I kind of thought we were going to have this conversation in private.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes. Why don't we
go to my house where
Yes.
the money is?
Okay, that's cool. You guys can go to your house. Jory, what part of town do you live in?
That's a good question.
It
Hang on
answers-
a second.
I'm good. Og's going to. I'm going to go home and check on my friends.
Okay. What part
I
of
have
town?
all
You
my-
live on the outskirts. I know we've talked about
Yeah.
this.
I have all my critter friends. Yeah, sort of up where the river meets the forest there.
Yeah, okay. You got a little.
I got my little
hut in there?
hut and my little garden and my
Okay.
critters. And
Given Jory's upbringing, I feel like she would be most comfortable in the seedier part of town.
Okay.
So she probably lives fairly close to the Winteroak.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of small buildings. We can make one of those your home. Sounds good. filling in the map while we play. Okay, so Og, you're going to head like toward your house up the river up there to check on your friends. And Jory, is everyone else going with Jory to her home?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so we will start with Jory's house.
So her house is probably pretty sparsely populated by whatever furniture she found around and everything. Not a lot in it. She doesn't have use for a lot of things, but there would be some relics that people who have been to the city may recognize as being from the city or a more city-like area. Certainly not Winteroak things. Nothing valuable.
Are they valuable?
Nothing particularly valuable. Likely sentimental value, Perny.
It's okay, you're not a magic user. Ish.
And it's fairly small as well because she does clearly live by herself. Probably not too worried about housekeeping.
All right. So you kind of shepherd everyone in. Maybe it's a little bit of a tight fit. Here's a question. Did you guys bring Vasilia with you?
Did we, or did we leave her there?
She'll do whatever you want, so it's up to you.
She should stay there at the end.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so she stays in her room at the inn.
Just making everybody uncomfortable.
All
So
right.
leave her alone in a tavern full of people that hate her. Good job, guys.
She can take care of herself.
Well, I don't think she would approve of our plan anyways, so.
What plan? What plan? Killing me.
This is what happens when you leave. And we make plans without you.
Actually, I'm realizing the time, too. It's 2:30, so why don't we take our 10/15 minute break, and then we will come back and do the plan. It also gives everyone a few minutes to decide what their plan actually is that they're going to tell Perny. It gives everyone a chance to collect themselves. So, yeah, we'll take our it'll probably be 15-minute break, let's be honest. And then we will be back to see how the plan goes. All right, so we'll be back soon. Bye, everybody. And we're back. We have all had some food, gone to the bathroom, done all that necessary stuff so we can entertain you for another hour and 15 minutes. When we left off, Og had gone to check on his little furry friends. I think we'll actually start there. Og, you make your way back to your hut.
Okay. So I open my hut door, and my hut is kind of rustic. We'll say it's rustic. There isn't a whole lot of furniture. What there is in there is solidly built because Og is not exactly a petite individual. But it's also rough-hewn lumber, and there really isn't any polish to the place. But I go inside and I check. The first thing I do is to open the window to my sort of. Well, it's supposed to be a garden, but I'm not very good at gardening, so it's mostly weeds, and there's tons of birds out there. And I give a little whistle. And this pretty little sparrow comes flying in, and look, it's wee Angus.
Angus is back.
Wee Angus lands on my shoulder, and I say, "Hi, Angus, I'm so sorry I was gone so long. Let's go around and check on everybody." So I go to my various sundry little hidey spots that I have all my kinds of critters. I have a friend who's a raccoon that I rescued from a perilous situation, who's not really It's not a familiar or an animal messenger or anything like that, but she kind of tends to hang around with me and look out for me a little bit. Her name's Chatter. And I have to go and find her and say hello and apologize because I haven't been around and she'll have been worried about me. Normally she follows me wherever I go, but I left without too much warning to her.
Okay.
And the whole time I'm wandering around and I'm feeding all my critters and I'm pulling all of the seeds and things out of the multitude of pockets that are in my jacket.
Do I know she has that many pockets? Actually, I don't care.
Making sure you know that I don't have anything in my pockets
That's
already,
right.
Bernie.
Yeah.
And I'm feeding everybody and making sure that there's fresh water for them because everything's frozen half the time. And the whole time I'm chatting with Angus and telling him all about our adventures and saying what we've done, what we saw.
All right.
Asking him silly questions like, what did you guys do? Not really expecting answers because I'm just chattering. And once everybody is fed and watered, I kind of keep Angus on my shoulder and start to wander my way back towards town.
Okay. Are you gonna head back to Jory's hut?
I think I'm going to head towards the market.
Okay. Og is heading towards the market. We will go to Jory's house then and pick up where we left off. Mid-plan. Everybody really seems to know what the plan is.
I'm waiting for my money. So I need my money, and I'm not taking the money until I know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing.
I think you are muted, Io.
Sorry, it
It's
didn't
okay.
tell me. Usually it pops up with a message saying, "You idiot, why are you trying to speak?"
It's alright, I've done it 3 times today.
Okay. We'll sit Fernie and Fleas down.
Well, why don't you guys sit down? We'll stay standing, and then we'll be eye level.
Yeah, no.
How tall are you, Purdy?
3'6".
Ooh, I'm 3'5".
Up top, girl.
Short girls.
Is this a new shift
So-
that's happening right now?
Episode title: Short Girls.
And I'll just kind of let Jory lead off with everything because she's much more intelligent than me and probably came up with a better plan.
All right, it's pretty clear to everybody that Jory does not entertain house guests very often. The best that she does is sort of offer everybody a drink from her meager supplies, which is not much. Water, cool. Maybe something slightly more interesting, maybe like a little bit of ale, but not anything better than that. And she sort of just gathers everybody and then says, "So here's what we're doing. Perny, please. We need you to go into Vaxis' quarters and see what you can find."
About what?
You're looking for anything that might
Be a screaming baby? I can find that. Even my wisdom can get me to a screaming baby.
Live shows, everybody.
Do I get
Good
advantage
times.
on that? Can I get an advantage roll at finding a screaming baby?
Yes, everyone gets advantage on
Yeah.
finding a screaming baby. Or maybe it's disadvantage depending on how long the baby has been screaming.
True.
Yes.
Yes. It could be, yep.
Ooh, okay.
She's dying.
we
Hey, Io, maybe you need to take over.
Literally killed someone.
we murdered our druid. That was just good timing. That was just
Yeah. Here's the plan.
Oh, there's a baby! We found the baby!
the plan is not to run into a screaming baby.
Okay.
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 Anyways, as Jory was saying, we have a proposal about we need to find out what Vaxis knows
About what?
So I have a
Okay.
question for the DM.
Yes.
Is the written word used very much in Winteroak? Like, is there things recorded?
Oh yeah, yeah. The things are written down a lot. The elves like to write things down. And the gnomes are definitely writing things down constantly with their
Oh shit! I
inventions
have
and
that
things
letter.
like that.
Ooh. Yep. Sorry.
Okay, so the reason why we need you to go into Vaxis's quarters is because we noticed that Vaxis was seeming a bit strange in our conversation, in his conversation earlier. Known him for a long time, never known him to hide things from the other elders that way. Well, we think he's hiding things. So we
Mhm.
need you to go see what you can find.
Seemed like a perfectly fine politician to me. They're always lying.
Not here.
Well, you know I'm in. I'm gonna do it. If Vaxis knows something about the humans and maybe he wants them in, yeah, I'm not cool with that.
You're not cool with what? Him wanting them in or the humans?
I'm thinking maybe the Vaxis would want them in. I don't know why, but that's what I'm worried about.
Ernie, there is 50 gold in it just for you going in, and 50 when you come back out.
Is that upon success?
No, just if she comes back.
Yeah.
Not
What's that in the
entirely
bar
sure
with?
that Perny will actually return.
Deadpool Perny?
I was more thinking that you just sort of like just take that opportunity to take your 50 gold and sneak off, and I thought
Yep.
maybe 50 would be, another incentive to just come back.
Alright, well, I need to do some recon. I don't know where this guy lives or
He
That's
lives,
why
what
we're
kind of
sending.
wards he's got.
he lives in the elder's house. You've already been to the elder's house.
That's where he lives?
Yeah.
Who's
And
this
that's-
telling me? Priscilla? Or the DM?
The DM is telling you that.
But how would I know? How would I know where they live?
Oh, I'm gonna be there
Why you're
too.
taking Flea?
Yes, that's why Fleas is going with you.
That's why I'm taking, please. Stupid. I heard that. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's do it.
Wait, it might be better to wait till at night.
Well, isn't it nighttime? I thought it was night.
Is it
You're
not?
like evening-ish time
Okay.
now.
Yeah, I want to get a look at it while there's still a little bit of light. The house, because I don't. It's not like we're gonna go in through the front door. Am I right?
There's many
That's for
entrances.
you guys to decide.
All right. Hey, Fleas, have you got an inn? Do you
There's
know-
many entrances that we can go.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would know, Fleas, that the building is about 3 stories tall. There's an entrance through which you guys walk through. It's kind of pretentious. It's got like a little it's like a long building with a little shorter entranceway that you walk through into the main room, and then there's some dual staircases going up each side to the second floor. And so you have the main entrance in, you have entrances on each side, like service type entrances for people who, cook for the elders and things like that. And then
There's a servant's entrance,
service entrance, I said.
but then you said people who cook for them.
Yes, there's someone who
Helps.
So
helps
it's a
the
servant's
elders.
entrance.
Sure, it's a servant's entrance.
Okay. I feel much better about robbing them. I mean, recon.
And then there are also 2 doors along the back as well. One that leads out of kind of a private living area from them, and then one that's another kind of public entrance at the back of the building. So, 5 entrances in total. 1 on the
All right.
front, 1 on each end, 2 on the back.
Well, we should go through the servants' entrance.
This place is begging to be robbed. Why is Fleas going with me? I work better alone. No offense. No offense, girl.
I'm pretty sneaky as well. Short people generally are.
Please would
We-
know better.
Is that you or is that a dog? That's you? Okay. Sorry.
Mystery sounds.
Sorry. Real life.
Please,
Police would know better what to look for and
Yes,
what
and knows the
like,
layout.
out of place.
Okay, what am I looking for? Like what
Evidence. Letters.
word? I have a letter, so I'm going to pull the letter that I took out of what's his name's Warren's pocket.
Right.
Where did you get that from?
I found it on the floor of the tavern.
Okay, so it
Can I
looks...
do an insight check?
Yes, sure. You roll your insight, Perny. You roll your deception.
Look at this face.
Nothing.
21.
Yeah, nope. Not even. I rolled an 8.
All right. So, yeah, you believe her. She found it on the floor of the tavern.
100% totally.
So the letter is, it looks quite old and like it's been opened like several times. Over the years, it's been opened and reread a lot. It's very fragile.
Okay.
So you pull a letter out of this kind of envelope. It's got that kind of yellow. It's starting to yellow a little bit with age.
Did you actually write this letter?
I'm not telling you my secrets. So you pull out the letter, and it is addressed from Dinky Bafflestone to Warren Bindleback, and it is a love letter. It's quite a salacious love letter. It starts romantic and then gets dirty pretty quickly about their time together.
How dirty? Give me examples.
The kind of examples I'm not comfortable saying on the internet. There's much discussion about Warren's throbbing member.
Okay. Stop.
Are you reading this out?
What's that?
Are you reading it out loud?
She hasn't written it, so.
Yeah, but I mean, would you, Perny, be reading it out loud as you were reading it?
No. That's not my thing. But I could do this. And then it. Oh! Oh, no! No! So I pulled it back up and put it back in the.
All right.
In the envelope. This is pretty gross. Does anyone want it?
It gets pretty lonely in the woods.
Does it? It's yours for 2 gold.
Money?
2 gold, it's yours.
Some furs here.
Fur. Is it nice fur?
Oh yeah, it's ermine.
I'm not asking you like what I know, but I know if it's nice fur.
Check for high class furs. Make me a nature check. You can tell,
Oh my god.
what kind of creature and if it was skinned well and all of that stuff.
13.
Yeah, you think it looks nice enough. You believe fleas, and it looks neat and tidy, and,
Yeah,
all
but
the
it's
fur
gonna
is
be-
there.
You know what? Here, have the letter. Have the letter.
Sweet. I tuck it away for later.
Alright, and now you have a ermine fur.
No, I don't want the fur.
Oh, you don't want the fur. Okay.
No, because it probably has fucking fleas in it. I don't want that.
No, Fleas is right beside you.
I'm not a part of that.
Alright, so Fleas now has a salacious letter. And, there's a plan.
Yep.
Alright. So you guys are, Fleas and Perny are gonna sneak off, observe while there's still a little bit of light, and then head in and do your thing. What are
I have a thing that I want to do for one of them,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do that for Perny because she may not know the layout as much, but I trust her more than Fleas to actually
Oh!
figure something.
That's harsh.
Hang on. So before they
too concerned about it. Meh.
No. I would like to accompany them to the elders' residence, and before we I'm going to stay in hiding and use, where did it go? Enhance ability on Perny.
Okay.
And give her Cat's Grace, which would, well...
You're muted again.
Cat's Grace, which is an advantage on dexterity, or I can improve dexterity, intelligence, or wisdom are probably the ones that make the most sense.
Leave me when I tell you that wisdom would be the best.
Yeah, well, then the two of you can figure out which one you want it to be, then.
Okay, if you feel like wisdom would be the most helpful, then I will use enhance ability and give Perny Owl's wisdom, which grants advantage on wisdom checks.
So perception checks.
That's excellent. Okay. And so you're gonna stay hidden around the elder's house then, Jory? Alright, I'm gonna need you to give me a stealth check.
Really? 14.
Okay. Perfect. So...
and I
we
have
know...
dark vision just for
Okay.
the sake of...
Io and Og, what are you gonna be doing while this is happening?
How? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Og was heading towards the marketplace.
Oh, right, the marketplace. Sorry, I forgot about that. Io, what are you doing?
How far is the light outside of town in terms of the forest? Is it far away, close by?
Well, you don't actually really know what the light is.
Okay. It's just there.
Yep, you were told to protect the light.
That's why I haven't found the light yet. Okay.
Yeah. The light remains mysterious.
But you're doing your damnedest to protect it.
And doing a damn good job at it.
I'm going to go and just kind of... Actually, I'm going to go to the marketplace as well. See if there's anything shiny.
Alright, well then we will start the heist and then pop on over to the marketplace in a little bit. So Perny and Fleas, you want to go through one of the service/servants entrance?
Yeah.
Do you want to go along the eastern one or the western one?
I'm going to follow Flea's lead on this.
Eastern.
Eastern? Okay. So, yeah,
Sure.
I mean, that's the closest one to where you guys were anyways. So you go ahead and give me a stealth check. You walk up to the door. We'll say it like this. You walk up to the door. There's not really any windows on the first level here. There's a couple on the upper level on this side.
Do I know where his office is?
Yes. You know that the offices are on the second floor, at least.
Yeah, Perny has your climb.
My climb?
Yeah,
Awesome.
can you go? Should we try that?
Yeah, I like that better than doors. Doors are amateurs.
Let's
Okay.
scale this building.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's some, you know that, stuff that, it's like a trellis, basically. There's like a trellis going up the side that some vines
Perfect
are growing up.
climbing materials, you mean?
Yes, perfect climbing material. But it's a little bit of ways from the window that's on the second floor, so if you get up there, you're gonna have to stretch or kind of jump to get towards the window.
Okay.
But yeah, let's see how well everybody climbs. You go ahead and you can make either an athletics or an acrobatics check, whichever way you would
Okay.
prefer to use to get up.
Acrobatics for me.
Acrobatics.
Alright, so go ahead and roll your acrobatics check, the both of you.
17.
Alright, Fleas just scurries right on up. It looks like Perny has a bit more trouble.
8.
Alright, so you start up, and you're real confident, because Fleas is just, like, scurried up above you, and you're like, oh, well, you know,
I can do that shit.
you can do that
Watch
shit.
this, one-handed.
And so you go up, but you, not really paying that much attention to where you're going, and a trellis, although you're tiny, still not really designed to take your full weight, and you put your foot in a place that's just not quite right, and you slide back down about halfway. But
Yep. Sounds typical.
you do manage to get up sort of towards the top, or towards the second floor part of the trellis, and you're a bit scratched up a little bit. I'm going to have you actually take 1 point of slashing damage from sliding down the thing. But you're both up there. Now it's probably about 5 feet from sort of where you are on the trellis and the window to enter on the second floor.
And there's nothing else to hang on to?
You're gonna
jump
have
time?
you're gonna have to jump. Yeah.
Woohoo!
There's
more
a little ledge on the window that you can like grab onto. You just have to make that
Okay.
jump.
Bernie, what if we swung off each other? You get the momentum going, I get you over there, and then I jump.
I can make it on my own, thanks.
Oh, you're sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go ahead and make your acrobatics checks again.
Woo! 20!
19.
Unnatural.
Nice. So you both leap with like ridiculous grace, really, just
Yeah.
silently like hands on
Like
the
cats.
edge.
I
So
do this on the
majestic.
way over.
Of course you do. So you get over there, and you're hanging on the edge. The window is closed, but it doesn't appear to be locked.
Right. Let's open it
Yeah, okay, so you open up the window.
very
Um,
slowly. Taking
okay,
my time.
Go
Taking a
ahead and
20.
make me a stealth check to sort of open up the window quietly.
8.
So you open up the window, but you just,
time.
because you're hanging on and trying to open up the window, it slips out of your hand and kind of like makes a thud after, when it drops down a couple inches. You wait, but like no one seems to come to the window.
And
So
while we're waiting, I'm looking at her like,
So you're both just hanging there, waiting to see what happens. Nothing happens, so you open the window up again, and this time you get it up without a problem. And you peer in, and what you see is a long hallway. You can see where the staircase kind of meets up, maybe about 10 feet ahead of you with the hallway, and you can see a series of doors along the right-hand side.
Is it lit?
Yep. Yep, there's some candles glowing, like sconces, basically.
Okay. I wonder if I should cast fog. Although that might sound a little, or look a little weird.
I can do minor illusion.
What are you thinking about that? Like,
I'm thinking like if I just do a minor illusion of. Wait, how would that work?
it doesn't create any sound, or it's only sound. It's pretty, not very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and fog is gonna help us out
It would obscure us
in a room.
in a hallway.
So someone's gonna come in and say, "I see that there's fog, but that doesn't seem suspicious at all."
But what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
I was thinking about some sort of illusion that would mask us going by it, but I don't think that would work.
So for minor illusion, you can only make something about the size of a bread box, pretty much.
Yeah. I was thinking, never mind.
Which, I mean, to be fair with you guys, is like probably almost as big as you are, so...
Are the sconces all lined up?
Yeah, so they're like kind of on the wall between the doors, all nicely aligned, you know, at the same eye level and stuff.
Is it all flat or is it rounded?
The
Or
wall?
the walls? Yeah.
Flat.
Am I able to do a fancy shot to get all the candles out? Like a bow shot?
You can definitely try.
Okay.
I'm always up for people who want to try something cool. So go ahead and make a regular ranged attack,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens.
17.
So you are able to take out. So there's 5 sconces, and you're able to take out the 3 closest ones. But then it kind of veers off and can't get. So it's a really cool shot, and it just like skirts along the wall and just like pew pew pew, taking out these little sconces, but not knocking them off the ground. It's off the wall. It's a well placed shot,
So
just
they're
kind
all-
of putting them out.
They're all pierced in the same arrow.
Yes.
Nice.
And the arrow like sort of picks up the candles along the way, and then but just because of the heaviness of the arrows, then kind of makes it so it can't get the other 2, and it kind of veers off and sticks into the ground near the banister that would like look down into the big room on the first floor.
All right, I'm gonna hop in and retrieve my arrow.
Okay, perfect. So you hop in. Perny, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hop in too, and I'm wondering. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous that Fleas was just like whipping arrows around. So I feel like a little bit more cautious approach would be warranted. So I'm gonna drop in behind her, and then I'm gonna cast Search.
Search. I don't even know what that does.
It's an action.
Oh, it is an action. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can just look for something. It's not really. What do you want to look at, basically?
I just want to see if there are any, cantrips against us.
Like if there's anything there to keep you out, basically.
Yeah, like if there's any.
Like magic to keep you out.
Yeah, magic or,
Right. Okay. So go ahead and specifically, how are you checking? Are you looking? Are you listening? Are you feeling things out?
I'm using all. Sorry, I'm using all my senses. Using all my roguey, halflingy senses.
I'm gonna make it a perception check then. So go ahead. You have advantage now.
Do you really need to? I was thinking more of like a acrobatics. I'm acrobatically looking for. Okay.
Yeah, so you're more or less doing what we would call like checking for traps, which would be either a perception or an intelligence check, and just because you're like kind of feeling it out with your senses, it's going to be a perception. But you have it with advantage because of Jory's enhance ability that she cast on you.
8.
Roll
Sorry,
again.
I'm sorry. 7.
Roll
And
again.
Did you roll twice and take the higher number?
No.
Yeah, so that's what advantage does.
11.
Okay.
So much better.
And that's 11 with you added your perception modifier to it? Okay. Yeah. It seems normal, it seems safe. You don't see anything that's designed to keep you out.
I'm gonna listen for anyone moving around.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I got 20.
You can hear movement on the 3rd floor, like people walking around, maybe someone in the hallway, but it doesn't sound like they're coming down or anything.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna stealth into the hallway and start going towards his office. I'm assuming I know where it is.
Yes, and all the offices are like clearly labeled, one for each elder, and then there's an extra office at the end that's kind of like an admin office.
I'm also interested in Kylan's.
Okay.
But we'll go to Vaxis first, or whoever's first.
All right, so we're going to say that they're actually right next to each other. So there's 2 offices for the other elders, then Vaxis, then Kylan. So you go to the 3rd office from where you are. It's Vaxis' office. You're standing outside the door.
Peeking in.
You're gonna. The door is closed.
Oh, well, I'm gonna listen at the door. Well, I've already listened, so that there's no bodies
you
around.
didn't hear anything in there.
Hmm. Well, I haven't used this before. I'm gonna use my primeval awareness,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm spelling or using a spell slot, and I sense if there's any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead present within 1 mile of me or 6 miles. Which
Okay.
probably gonna be too broad, but
Yeah, you do sense them. Does it tell you that you can sense them? You get the sense of. I'll say that you get the sense of where they are. That's how I've done it with other rangers. So you feel Fae presence upstairs. 4 of them, for sure. And you feel lots of those things, kind of both within and outside the confines of the city.
any dragons?
No.
Okay. Just curious.
No dragons within a mile.
Celestials?
Yes. You in the forest, you get a sense of some celestials. Not many, maybe like a couple.
Cool.
And you also get a strong Fae sense coming from the Rusty Cog Inn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, yeah, beyond that, you get a sense of a couple of things you feel in other people's homes, but you kind of already knew that, they were...
I've already snooped.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's nothing in the room that you're about to go into, for sure.
Hey, I'm gonna take my thieves' tools out, because I have no idea what she's doing. It looks like she's sniffing the air. And see if the door's locked.
Okay, so you're gonna attempt to turn the knob on the door. It is, in fact, locked.
I will pick the lock.
Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and do your... so make a dexterity check, and then add your proficiency bonus because of your tools. So your proficiency bonus right now is 2.
Yes, I'm doing math. 8.
Oh, what are you rolling on these die? I can't see that. Oh my gosh, you need new die. Okay. You
I have one
unfortunately
job. One fucking job.
You can't quite seem to get it. You've never seen these kinds of locks before.
Can I try again?
Sure, I'll let you try one more time.
Thank you. I'm a newbie.
Take your time.
What's that?
Take your time.
7 plus 5 plus 2.
Yeah, okay, so you managed this time to...
Thank God.
The first time, it confused you, but this time you can feel it. You get the tools in the lock,
Oh, yeah.
and you've got it figured out this time. And you pop it open, and the knob turns, and you can go into the room.
Just bring me new dice. I just got brought new dice, because my dice are cursed.
Okay, and we're gonna pause here, and we're gonna go pick up with Jory. Jory, roll me another stealth check, please.
Could we go and help? Thanks. Thank you.
11.
Okay, so you think that you're really well hidden until a large, silvery white colored dragonborn walks up to you, who you recognize as Egren. She is the head guard of Winteroak, and she says, "Jory, what you doing?"
Don't look up. Don't look up. Don't look up.
I will just sort of casually stand up from this bush that I'm in and say, I noticed when I came back a couple days ago that something was wrong with the barrier, and I thought that I should maybe help keep an eye on the elders and make sure that no one was coming for them, because it was so unusual that the barrier would be flickering like that, and I just thought it would be prudent to take extra care and make sure that no one untoward is about.
Roll a persuasion check, but do it with advantage for referencing the faulty
Persuasion or
barrier.
deception? Because deception's better for me.
Sure, you can go ahead and roll deception. Either way, it's going to be with advantage for listening and using the story thing that I plopped in there.
Oh, that is much better. So 13, which is better than 3.
Yeah, that is better than 3. Egret looks like first like she doesn't quite buy what you're saying, but then she's like, well, it's true that we're having the problems with the barrier because of the work stoppages right now, and you've always been so protective of the town, so, and I appreciate your help, but you might as well just kind of move along. It's fine. We've got this. And you notice as she says this that 2 tiny white kobolds pop their heads up from kind of around either side of her, and they're like, yeah, we got this!
I have a really hard time taking kobolds seriously after that last thing I did. Yeah, I mean, Jory doesn't have anything else that she can really argue with here. It's just say, yeah, I hear you. I'm really glad that you guys are on top of this and that you're aware. And I'll just, I will go, but I will let you know if I notice anything else.
That's much appreciated.
But I'm still
We need to stay vigilant.
Peeing.
That
Okay.
would have been much easier, yes.
So, where are you
less
heading? She's kind of standing there and waiting for you to leave.
Yeah, totally gonna watch me, eh? Just a second. Where is the Elder's place on this map?
So I can't see what I'm doing here. This is really hard. The academy is here. Ooh, this is not working. I'm sorry, everyone at home. There's the academy, right? And then, like, the first building down the path towards the east, this little one here, that is the Elder's house.
Okay. So I will head back toward the east, which is in the direction of my house.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So you head back that way towards the east. We'll leave you there and pick up again. We go to the market, where Og and Io have met up in the market. Now, most of the stands have closed because we're kind of like into the evening at this point in time. You actually see the little goblin cart wheeling its way back out of town again. It's a very familiar goblin cart. To Og. Well, also to you, Io, because it does come into town fairly regularly to hawk their dirty socks and other random items. But the more permanent shops that circle the market are still there, and several of them are open. What are you looking for?
I would like to see if there's anything shiny that catches my eye.
Shiny that catches your eye.
Yeah. Shiny objects.
Yeah, there is a store, that sells, barters, various, like, fine china and gemstones and things that have been traded for.
I I like to go and take a look around and then try to take something from the shop, something shiny.
Okay. Sure. So, you enter the Honest Flower, is what that shop is called. And you go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
You don't see anyone immediately in the store.
Yeah.
You're gonna steal something?
I already did a couple of games ago. That would be
Look at
in.
Birdie. Look at Birdie's face. Fuck.
Oh man.
Shiny objects. Can't help myself.
What did you get?
I got a nat 20.
All right. You find, kind of tucked away in a little shadowy area, a set of silver cutlery with sapphires inlaid in the handle.
Ooh.
So pretty.
They're very shiny.
Yes. Yes, I would like to take, not all of it, I would like to take some of it.
Okay, so there's like a set for like 4 people of like knives, forks, spoons.
Yeah.
So how many sort of, do you want to take full sets? Do you just want to take knives? Do you just want to take spoons? How do you want to?
Let's do forks, because those would be
Forks.
fun to throw in a situation
All
if I ever
right.
need to throw something.
Yeah, so you, no one's around, so it's super easy for you to just kind of like grab them. You get 4 dinner forks and 4 dessert forks
Ooh.
with sapphires inlaid in them.
Then you're gonna throw.
Maybe. If it comes down to it, yes.
Og, what are you looking for in the market?
I am looking for a drum.
You are looking for a drum. So the goblin cart that Ricky had indicated might have a drum is on its way out. You can chase that, but you also know that there is a instrument maker that has a permanent shop, and you can go there if you would like.
I think I'll go to the instrument maker, seeing as, you know, the goblin cart is probably not my... I don't really want to chase it down.
Okay. So you enter the Pita Pan Flute shop.
Would it be easier for you if I chase down the cart,
No,
Dan?
it's fine. It's fine. You enter, the shop is now called Pita's Pan Flutes.
Peter's pamphlets. Okay.
You enter, where it's, that the proprietor is Pita, and he is a half-orc, and he sells more than pan flutes. No one is entirely, he actually doesn't sell any pan flutes. You can't buy pan flutes at Pita's Pan Flutes. And if you ask him about it, he doesn't want to tell you why you can't buy pan flutes there. It's a very sore subject for Pita. And he's like a middle-aged man, kind of chubby, and he welcomes you. You enter his shop fairly regularly, and he says, "Welcome, Og. What can I procure for you today?"
Peter, I really want a drum.
Oh, yes, I have many fine drums. And he sort of directs you to one little area of the store where he has 3 hand drums, all made out of different kinds of wood.
That's not really the kind of drum I want.
Oh, well, what kind of drum are you looking for?
I want one that I can bang on with mallets.
Oh, I don't have any of those right now, but I'm sure if you could bring me the materials, I could make you something like that.
I need to go back and look at these hand drums again. I really, really, really want a drum, Peter. I need a drum. The music is inside of me. It wants out.
Oh, I understand that very, very well. Like I said, I'm happy to make you a drum. For a drum that you would hit with mallets, I'd probably need some things from the cavern.
The cavern?
Yeah, the cavern. You would know about the cavern. Just outside of town is like a cave that then leads down into some caverns that go at least partially under the town, and it's not uncommon for people to ask you to go and get items from there.
What? You didn't let me finish.
Sorry.
The cavern. What would you need exactly, PETA?
Oh, I'd need a little bit of the shards and probably some iron to make a good strong mallet, and I think those are probably what I need the most, the shards and the iron.
He's totally making this shit up. Come on.
Okay, question. Can I get into the cavern at night?
Yeah, the cavern's unprotected. You can go at any point in time. You know that the cavern is a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Okay, PETA. Well, I may have to do that later because I don't know that I can really manage that right now. What about your hand drums? Tell me about your hand drums.
Oh, well, this one is made out of fine oak, and this one is made out of fine birch, and this one is made out of fine maple.
Fine. Everything's fine.
I only make the finest of drums.
And I'm going to pick up the biggest hand drum he has, which looks suspiciously like a bodhran.
I don't know what that is, but I'll take your word for it.
It's the hand drum that the Irish play with the little stick.
Okay.
Bang
Yeah.
like this. The stick goes like this, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, okay. Sure. That is the birch drum.
That is the birch drum. I really like this drum, PETA. I really need something until I can get you to make my really special drum.
Sure. Well, for that, what do you have to offer for trade?
Well, as you know, I always have seed and other feed for the creatures that we share the earth with. Would any of that interest you?
Oh, certainly. I happily take seed so I can feed the birds outside of my home.
Bonus. Now I'll reach into my pocket and pull out one of my little sacks of seed that I regularly carry around with me and hand it to PETA.
All right.
And say, thank you very much, and start banging my drum as I walk out of the store.
All right. Excellent. We will head back to Perny and Fleas now, who had just opened the office door.
With masterful thievery work on my part.
Well, I mean, it took a couple of attempts, but sure.
Masterful, I tell you.
All right, so are you heading into the office?
Mm-hmm.
We look in first. We look in first.
What?
We look into the office first.
Yep, it's empty. You have, there's a large desk in the center. There's some bookshelves along the right-hand side, some art on the wall on the left. It's fairly sparse. Everything is decorated in those winter tones, still whites and blues and icy colors. It also feels a little cooler in here, you feel like.
God, this guy is boring.
That's the elves for you, really. All right, go in.
All right. So you head in. It doesn't look any different once you get in there. There's some papers on the desk.
What am I looking for exactly, please?
We're looking for any transcriptions between I don't know, Lalisk and maybe him to see if he knows what's going on at all, anything like that. And nope, cannot read that. Can you speak Sylvan?
No.
We might be SOL.
Only Og speaks Sylvan. If you take a look at the papers on the table, you can see that they're in a mix of languages. There's certainly some common, there's definitely Elvish and Sylvan, but also some other things, something in Dwarvish and some stuff in Orcish as well.
Well, I can read Dwarvish and Goblin and Gnomish in common. So those are...
Yeah, so the stuff in Dwarvish is a schedule for the Dwarven choir at the amphitheater. The stuff in common is all addressed to Dimble Glittergem, who you know to be the mayor. It looks like correspondence that hasn't gone out yet. And it contains a list of repairs that need to be made around the town.
what are repairs?
Things like fix the cobblestones by the public building and,
Really useful stuff.
really useful, yeah. The garbage pile is getting too big.
They really should have thought of this before they sent us in here, that we wouldn't be able to read whatever the hell it was that we needed to know.
I'm going to take a good look at the desk to see if there's any hidden compartments.
Okay, go ahead and make a investigation check.
Ew. All right. Maybe that's your jam there, Perny. I have a 6.
Perny, do you want to try rolling investigation?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll investigation. I got a 7.
We're so good.
No, it's just a normal looking desk. There's nothing, no hidden compartments that you can tell. The drawers aren't even locked.
Awesome.
So good. I'm going to check under the paintings.
Hey, I'm gonna do something crazy.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast my unseen servant,
Okay.
and I'm gonna get him to look for stuff. I want to get him to look for, or her, sorry, to look for. Fuck it, it's a servant. Make it a him. I'm gonna make him look for secret compartments on the desk.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so you cast your unseen servant and can do simple tasks.
That's simple. Look for secret
Yeah,
compartments.
I know. So, you know what? It moves to the desk and like you see paper shuffling around because it's an unseen servant, so you can't actually see what it's doing. Drawers are opening, but it does not find any secret compartments.
Can you tell it to look for anything that says Bellisk?
I don't know if it's smart enough to do that.
Okay. I'm gonna look under paintings if there's any paintings.
Yeah, so there's art on the wall along the left-hand side. You can lift all the paintings. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Nothing under there.
Alright. I say we go to Kylan. We go to his office.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. Yeah.
Okay. So you leave Vaxis' office. I assume
Before we leave, can we lock the door?
Yeah, you can lock, it locks from the inside, so you could totally, lock it and then close it.
And make sure the papers are all the same and...
Yeah, okay. On that note, No, I'm just gonna let you do it. Just, you make the papers the same. It's fine. And you go out, you lock the door from the inside, and...
We're not caught yet.
Yeah. And you head over to Kylan's office, the next office over. Yes, sorry. Doors closed again, just like Vaxis's.
Get to it, Fernie. You are muted.
I don't know. Is that a 1? I can't tell. That looks like a 1. Wow. Wow.
Come on.
So terrible. Okay.
You break the lock.
Can I do it again? Do you only get 1 per?
No, yeah, I'm not gonna let you do it again, because you natural 1'd it. So in trying to open the lock, you actually like jam it.
Of course I do.
Damn it.
As you are doing this, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
From upstairs, right?
Yeah, from upstairs.
I'm gonna hightail it to the window.
Okay. Fleas is running to the window. What are you gonna do, Perning?
It's shadowy, right? Where she knocked out the
Yeah,
candles?
it's a little bit shadowy.
I'm gonna hide in the shadows.
Okay, I'll get you to make a stealth check.
I don't know why I make these decisions, guys. I'm gonna die. 16.
Okay, yeah. Alright, you find like a shadowy spot. It's much closer to the window than you would have expected, but you can kind of tuck into the corner there. Fleas, are you going right out the window?
So I'm gonna hang off of it.
Okay. Alright, so you're hanging on to the edge. You see the feet coming down the stairs, and as they sort of enter into the little bit of light there, you notice that you are looking at yet another elvish-looking person. This one who you recognize as Vethdin, who is very summery looking in bright greens and I don't know, they give off almost like the warm glow of summer as they walk. And they stop in the hallway and they look towards the window. Just for a moment before entering their office. And they go into their office and they close the door. And we're going to leave you hanging there for a second while we go back to Jory. You were sent walking east back towards your home. Did you go all the way there? No? What did you do?
No, I would like to leap around that enormous building that's to
Yep.
the east of the
So
elders.
that's the civil building, like the government building. That's where the mayor spends his time. So yeah, you kind of loop around it and come back. The plan?
Yeah, I mean, this is going so well for everybody. I feel like I should just definitely try the same thing I was doing before. So I was going, yeah, I'm going to loop around the larger building and still just sort of keep an eye out on the window where I know that they disappeared to, but not from the same bush.
Yes, got it. Different bush.
One bush.
Not that bad at this. So sort of from like the side of the building in the shadows there, keeping in mind that I should in theory be able to see people coming even in low light.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So it's pretty quiet. You see, there are some people walking down the main path, going most likely to and from either the Rusty Cog Inn or the Naughty Gnome. You know these people; they're probably going to the Naughty Gnome. And you So not too much calling attention, and you are there as you see Fleas basically somersaulting out of the window and then hanging there, waiting, with a somewhat terrified look on her face, I presume,
I know what
at
I'm doing.
nearly being caught. Or not. Maybe she's cool with it. It's pretty epic, though. She definitely somersaults through the window and just, like, hangs on there with her
I've done
little
it before.
hands.
So that's definitely all I've noticed, right? Is
Yes. Yeah.
Please flag it. Okay. So when that happens, I'll take a second to assess the situation with Fleas, decide that she's not in imminent danger of, not that I can do anything if she fell, really, I'm not going to catch her, I don't think. And then start working my way around to the front of the building slowly.
The front of the elder's house?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yep, you can do that without a problem. You get to the front of the elder's house. You don't look
But sort of
particularly
keeping an
suspicious.
eye on the window
Yep.
as much as possible as well.
Yep, Fleas is hanging there for as much as you know. Alright, we'll go back to the market now. Og has walked out of Peeta's pan flutes with a drum. Io, you have a bunch of forks. Are you still inside the Honest Flower?
No, as soon as I got the forks, I am going to head out.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm not gonna stick around.
So you both meet up in the middle of the market, and you sort of, just as you're sort of coming up to each other, you hear a loud, like, sound coming from the east end of town, from towards the academy. You hear this loud sound coming from the academy. It almost sounds like an explosion.
And I'm with Og.
You're with Og, yeah.
I'll just kind of look at him. Did you just hear that?
That was a big boom.
Let's go. That doesn't sound right.
Alright. So you guys are heading towards the academy. Jory, from your perspective, you see a huge light just erupt from the top of the academy. It almost looks like fire. It's not fire that you can tell, but it looks like fire. And along with it, this, like, loud explosion-y sound. And the ground almost shakes a little bit. Perny and Fleas, you hear the sound. You don't see the light. You hear the same sound. Everyone's heard this explosion-y sound. And your building seems to be shaking a fair amount. Fleas, I'm gonna make you roll a dexterity check to hold on.
Oh shit.
Hang on, please, hang on.
Do not be the first to die, okay?
Yes, please.
You just got here.
17.
Alright, so yeah, you do manage to hold on. You kind of get one elbow up and you're, like, wrapped around the edge of the thing, and you're good. Perny, how do you respond to this loud explosion and the shaking?
I'm gonna grab Flea's arm.
Okay.
Like, the hell, man.
And, like, hold on to her?
Yeah.
Alright. And that is where we're going to end it today. With a loud explosion and everything shaking and up in the air. And we will come back to this in 2 weeks and find out what it is. Do I know what it is? Do I not know what it is? Who knows? But we'll all know 2 weeks from now. And I just want to say thanks for playing, everyone. It's really fun. I'm so glad that Kristen finally got to join us. Yay!
Me too.
So our next session will be September 29th. We will be down a couple of players, so we'll be back to a smaller player count that day. We won't have Kristen or Heather with us, unfortunately, because they have lives to live outside of D&D, and that's cool. The rest of us will figure out what that explosion is and hopefully not kill them. Don't forget that before you come to check us out, we are in fact here every Saturday from 1 to 4. So next Saturday you will be able to check back in with the Progress crew. They got some cool boots last time and some cryptic information, because that's the name of the game on this continent, is just all the cryptic information. So Jordan will be running that next week. Then we're back on the 29th. And don't forget, if you like what we do, you can always drop some money in our tip jar, buy us some pizza. I don't know how we'll share a pizza from across Ontario, but we'll figure it out. And thanks for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye!
Bye.